Do you know what January in the Championship actually feels like? It is not Hollywood. It is not a fairy tale. It is raw, unforgiving football where reputations mean nothing and every match feels like a scrap for oxygen. Right now, Wrexham are standing at one of those moments that quietly shape seasons and sometimes define entire eras. Let's rewind for a moment because the context matters. Last summer was not a gentle upgrade or a few clever tweaks, it was a full-scale rebuild. Wrexham did not polish a League One side. They constructed an entirely new Championship squad from the ground up. Serious money was spent, serious ambition was shown, and serious expectations came with it. And because of that, it needs saying early, there is almost no chance the club spends anything like that again in January. That summer window was the reset, the foundation, the heavy lifting. If you are expecting another spending frenzy now, you are probably setting yourself up for disappointment. But football rarely follows the neat plan written in July. Here we are deep into the season, and Wrexham are close enough to the playoff conversation that it can no longer be brushed aside. Suddenly, an uncomfortable question appears. Do Ryan and Rob lean into the moment? Do they look at the table, look at the volatility of this league, and decide to back a genuine push right now? Because the Championship does not reward patience. It forces decisions whether you are ready for them or not. Think back to the opening weeks and be honest. When Wrexham managed only 2 wins from the first 10 matches, did you worry? Did it feel like the step up might have caught them out? The league was faster, stronger, and far less forgiving than anything before. This division does not care about ownership profiles or backstories. It only cares whether you can survive it. Wrexham flirted with trouble early, and it felt like a proper wake-up call. But this is where the character of the club showed. Phil Parkinson did not flinch. The dressing room did not splinter. They absorbed the punishment, adjusted, and worked their way into the top half. That turnaround told us everything. This is not a squad here to make up the numbers. That said, comfort is dangerous in this league. Look at how tight the table is. 1 or 2 poor weeks can undo months of work. Every match is a battle, and every point carries weight. Which brings us to the awkward conversation about depth. The summer spending raised quality, experience and leadership, but it did not create layers. January is not about glamour or headlines. It is about practical problem solving. There are areas of the squad that are stretched, particularly in wide defensive positions. Injuries and fitness issues have forced players into roles they are managing rather than mastering. That can work short term, but across a full Championship season, it becomes risky. Phil Parkinson's system relies heavily on those wide areas. They are central to how Wrexham attack and how they survive under pressure. When those positions weaken, the whole structure suffers. And it is not just at the back. The attacking setup is clearly built around a focal point. That approach works, but it comes with risk. The Championship does not allow rest weeks. Asking one player to absorb physical punishment every weekend without a true alternative is tempting fate. January does not need statement signings. It needs safeguards. And this is where the ownership decision becomes fascinating. Last summer suggested the major work was done and the squad was built, but seasons do not unfold neatly on spreadsheets. If you are this close to something meaningful, do you really stand still? Opportunities like this can vanish quietly. 1 or 2 well-chosen additions could be the difference between drifting and making real noise. Nobody is talking about reckless spending. This will be reinforcement, not indulgence. Protecting the system, protecting the players, protecting the season. Phil Parkinson has earned the right to ask for support. If he identifies gaps, that is not fear, it is foresight. Because if key injuries arrive now, the drop in quality is steep. Other clubs rotate seamlessly. Wrexham at the moment cannot. So January is not about names or rumours, it is about intent. Is this season about settling into the division or about pressing while the door is slightly open? Ryan and Rob did not come into this project to think small, but they have also been careful at every step. Get this decision right, and the season keeps building. Get it wrong, and it may quietly flatten out. Long-term ambition matters, but moments like this do not come around often. So where do you stand? Strengthen now, or trust what is already there?